Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 5, Episode 20, Ferengi Love Songs. First of all, this episode was directed by Rene Auberjonois, and he did a great job. Like, this episode's very kind of about loving and togetherness, which is kind of funny because, like, what was it, 3 episodes ago, Odo lost his virginity. So, I liked that connection. So, the subplot is about Rom and Leeta have finally come together and have admitted their love for each other and have even decided to get married. And Rom is totally like all about Leeta, and he like wears the Bajoran earring and he wants to do the Bajoran customs and everything. And everybody's like, you know, you're willing to become like a Bajoran for her, but she's not willing to be a Ferengi for you. And basically just throws a wrench in their love, which shame on them. Throughout the episode, you kind of watch them work things out, and Rom wants her to sign something that basically says she will never own any of his property. And she's like, I'm not going to sign that. Like, we're married. If we get married, it's going to be the two of us. And it causes like miscommunications, and they end up like breaking up, getting back together. Rom just decides to get rid of all of his money. He donates it to the Bajoran War Fund, and like they get back together, and everybody lives happily ever after. That's the thing. Like, I've been married for 8 years. Communication is key. Like, I don't try to change my husband. He doesn't really try to change me. As long as we discuss things, as long as we communicate it, we might fight a lot, but I mean, we don't, but we might fight over things, but as long as we can work it out at the end, that's what the marriage is about. That's why, like, he's super anti-geeky, but he does these Star Trek videos with me, sometimes. And the Golden Girls videos that he keeps doing with me. Even though he hates them, we have that communication. I do stuff he doesn't, that I don't necessarily want, but he does them with me. Anyway, not the point of the episode. The main point of this episode is, Quark is super depressed and he's really sad, so he decides to go home to see Moogie to kind of like lift his spirits a little bit, which doesn't make sense because he doesn't have a good relationship with her anyway. And when he gets there, he finds Grand Nagus Zeke hiding in his closet. Well, it turns out Zeke and Moogie have been in a relationship this whole time, or not this whole time, recently, and been trying to keep it a secret. So Brunt kind of blackmails Quark a little bit and wants Quark to break them up, and if he does, Brunt will give him his business license back, so Quark will basically become a Ferengi again. Throughout all of this, you realize that Moogie is basically like Zeke's foundation. Zeke has a terrible memory and he's messing up the business and everything, and throughout it all, Moogie's the one keeping him together. So Quark basically gets his license back, but then gets them back together. And you see some conflict between Quark and Brunt, which again, Jeffrey Combs, great actor, glad to have him back. Overall, I thought it was a good episode. It was really interesting to kind of watch these characters like fall apart and come back together, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done, and I really liked it. For those who have seen this one, what did you think about Rom and Leeta? What did you think about Moogie and Nagus? And what did you think about Quark kind of being in the middle of these two couples? He's like the fifth wheel. Go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time for the Klingon episode, Soldiers of the Empire.